Hello, 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 hello. Are we live? Yes, yes, we are live. I can see. Welcome back to another stream. This stream will be quick. I will just implement a few things. Just drag it to here. Right. Hmm. All right. So let's quickly implement login. I will add it inside this under the user scope. I will add another service, so probably I should do this kind of thing. So I'll say dot service resource, say login. I will use a route. It will be a post route, route 2. I'll say user login. All right, and maybe I could from the controllers I'll say user login. All right, now let's go on the controller. What's this? All right, let's see. Let's create a function that will be just do it this way. So I'll say public async function user login. I'll have a payload. It will be of type JSON, and I'll create a struct for that. Of course, I'll get a pool that will be of data pg pool, right, and it will return a responder. Right, now let's first create the user login. So I'll just go for types. I'll say so I'll have user login, uh, yes, user login and a secret. Okay, now just fetch it over here. I'll call it this thing. So guys, if you haven't liked it, the stream already, please leave a like. Just give me a minute. Alrighty, so we have a payload that I created a struct user login. Now I'll say I'll say payload dot into inner. All right, now let's satisfy this thing because this function will return something that implements responder. So I'll say HTTP response. I'll say okay. API response. For now, I will be using this thing. I'll say 200. Message will be format. Everything okay. Everything okay. So I have written everything okay for now. I'll do results as none. So this will satisfy the errors now for now. Now payload we are passing username and user login. Let me just show you how will the request will look like. So it will be a post request. So instead of user I'll say user login or maybe login, I don't know. Let's see, it's login. All right, so it's login. So it's a post request API v1 user under user scopes. It's a login. Now let's do this thing, body raw JSON, right? So I'll pass user login as this thing, right? Let's say darklord@yotmail.com, and I'll have a secret that I'll use it to log in. Let's say test at 123. So we already have stored hash on the database, so we will create the hash of this password as well. So we will map it. Don't have account issues like account suspension. What the heck, man? So we'll pass something like that. Guys, Sigma, please don't spam. I'll block you otherwise. Guys, don't listen to Sigma. I think he's a kind of scammer. I don't know. We have some incident recently about cyber, you know, thugs. So be aware. फॉरेक्स ट्रेडिंग का क्या मतलब होता है यार? ये सवाल आया क्यों दिमाग में? फॉरेक्स ट्रेडिंग क्या मतलब है इसका? uh, User login. Okay, so the login request will look like this. And so this is the payload. We'll fetch the payload here, as you can see here on the payload variable. I have a payload. All right. uh, Now what we need to do, we have a user now. First of all, we need to validate whether the password is correct or not. If the password is correct, if the password is correct, थैंक यू भाई सिग्मा, हिंट देने के लिए। गूगल करके पता चल जाएगा फॉरेक्स ट्रेडिंग क्या होती है। थैंक यू। So we have a payload. Now we need to check few things. Hello Mayank. Hello Hari Madhav. So we have a payload. Now first of all, let's validate the password. We'll check it by hash. So first of all, we need to create a function that will, based on that user login, it will fetch the password. All right, so let's do that. I'll say let user details equals, I'll use match. I'll say user repo dot fetch user. I'll create a fetch user and I'll pass a payload and a pool. All right, I think, yeah, yes, and I'll say, of course I need to await this thing. I'll say dot await, and if it's okay, then I'll return it. Otherwise I'll say return TP response internal server error dot JSON API response. I'll have to return the error from here now. So I'll say status is 500 for internal server error. The message is error occurred. let's show the message, and the results is of course none. All right, so let's do this thing, and on the match statement here as well I'll do this thing. So if I don't use semicolon, it will डिस्कॉर्ड पर लाइव का अनाउंसमेंट नहीं डाला. हाँ यार, वो मेरा ऐसा प्लान्ड नहीं था. अगर प्लान्ड होता तो मैं शायद कुछ घंटे पहले डालता. प्लान्ड नहीं था, मैं बस ऐसे ही खाली था तो आ गया. बस एक ये लॉगिन वाला लिख के चले जाऊँगा. इसमें ये बता दूंगा कि हैश वगैरह वैलिडेट होगी ना, वैलिडेट कैसे होगी, कैसे क्या करना है, और लॉगिन हो जाएगा तो टोकन वापस भेज देंगे उसका. पोस्टमैन पे देख लेंगे उसे. बस इतना करके चले जाएंगे. Okay, so this controller is written for fetching the user details. We'll see what user details are we getting. So for now we can say some user details. अगर आ जाएंगी तो if I fetch the user details, I will send it back to the postman so we can see that. So I need to create a function, fetch user there. Maybe I could create a a generic function here as well. I'll say fetch user once or fetch one user. So wherever I need to fetch only one user with the details, I can use this function. So I can say fetch one user. So let's copy this. Go on to user repository file. I'll create another function inside this thing. I'll say public async function fetch one user. I'll have a payload. The payload will be of user login. I'll have a pool. It will be of type data pg pool. Maybe I could get the reference here. Right now I'll return a result from here. All right, the result will be if I'm fetching a user, I need to create a struct for that. So I can say user details. I'll create this type, struct. अच्छा, पासवर्ड सॉल्व करना भी सिखाना. ओके ओके. So box din error. सो सॉल्ट, पासवर्ड सॉल्ट, इसमें इतना कुछ वो नहीं है. एक वैल्यू हमें देनी है सॉल्ट, अगर आपको जैसा रखना है वो उस हिसाब से जो एल्गोरिदम होती है उसकी वो उसके हिसाब से हैशिंग करेगी. So there is nothing, I mean if you want to go in detail with salts then it's a different thing. It's a different field altogether, a different branch. So the only thing you need to learn is the salt value. So we'll use the default salt value, that is good enough, but you can update that as well. Okay, so now let's uh, user details. I'll say, oh, I forgot to make them public. There could be an issue while implementing this thing. Right, so I'll fetch id. I'll fetch secret as well. So id secret, right? What else do we need? We need id secret. User logging, we already have that thing. Yes, we need only id and secret, nothing else. So user details, now let's fetch these things here. User details. Okay, so do that first. I'll say sqlx query. Should I use this query? uh, I'll say, what else do we need here? So I think sqlx query, we need to pass in a query and struct that our result will map to, right? So let's see. That our result will map to, maybe it's like a fellow when I have doubt. I'm currently learning Rust and trying to build basic CLI project and also following in your previous stream, but I don't see much of fresher job in Rust devs. मयंक, रस्ट में प्रिज्मा जैसे ORM है क्या फॉर पोस्टग्रेफ? सीक्वल एक्स है मयंक, और भी बहुत सारे हैं। सीक्वल एक्स है, डीजल है, एग्जम है। एक मिनट अच्छा उसके लिए बोल रहे हो ना? हाँ, सीक्वल एक्स है और एक और चीज़ है, डीजल भी है शायद। डीजल आई थिंक, या सीक्वल एक्स एंड डीजल। यस साकेत, साइकत, फ्रेशर्स के लिए रस्ट डेव जॉब्स मार्केट थोड़ा सा बहुत ही स्ट्रिक्ट है। सो यू शुड हैव स्ट्रॉन्ग प्रूफ ऑफ वर्क टू डू दैट। So let's see if we can do this. If I can go user details, then I can pass in some query. Then can I do bind? No. So how should I proceed? By making some, yes, make some good projects for your understanding, then contribute to some good repos. And yeah, then contribute. If you are working somewhere, then try to gain, try to uh, if let me just see. If you are working somewhere, then you can, like, convince someone to at least have rust. So there you will have some experience, but if not, then you can always contribute. You should contribute. See Logan, hi. Guys, please don't forget to check out the polls. It's all right, you don't need to subscribe, just please do the polls. So if you're just visiting, that's okay, you can just like. And are using HMAX shows, yes. No, I'm fourth year student. Okay, thanks, got it. Okay, Mandal. So guys, I was saying that you can please respond to the poll. And if you are just visiting, then it's okay, no problem. Thank you, thank you, thank you for subscribing, Madara. I really appreciate it. All right, let's check this sqlx documentation. We'll see how can we map this to our struct. We should for post SQL. Will you be uploading the same with code. The code will be on GitHub. The code will be on GitHub. If you want, I can post my this thing on chat. So yes. Sorry guys, just give me a minute. No problem, C Logan. Please check that out. And yeah, you can check that out. Yeah, just give me a minute, guys, please. Hello. I'm sorry. Just had my dinner. Okay, now we need to figure out for this thing. I need to map it to a struct, right? Or maybe pgpool connect query. For this will be error. Why? Acha, it is $1, $2. Hmm, query. Maybe I can use query as user details. Now I can pass the string here. I'll say select id secret from app users where user login equals $1. I'll say dot bind is not available here. I'll say payload dot user login unexpected enum. Hello Bhargav. Unexpected token. It says mismatched this thing. Hmm. Uh, user details. If I do query, let me just remove this thing. I'll just dot execute say pool dot as ref dot await. So it says this thing, right? What if I do now? Okay. Result. Operator. Operator. What the heck? Let me just go over here. Amazing, amazing. We have some quite good poll. So people, please respond to the poll. That will be very helpful. It shows I can use when query function defined here. Remove the extra argument. Where user login this, I should remove this. I should remove this. But I should add this secret from app user where user login equals this. There is something fishy going on here. sqlx expected user details find pg query result. Maybe I could use query scalar then. So this is the extra argument, right? So I'll just use bind here. I'll say payload dot user login. Instead of this thing, I'll use fetch one. The trait bound. Required by query scalar. Type Postgres is not implemented. ड्रीम 11 का इंजीनियर क्या बन रहा है? हेलो हेलो दोस्त. नथिंग मच. ऐसे ही बकैती. Someone replied. So query scalar is also not working. So let's do this thing. Let's undo this. Maybe so I have user detail, I have ID secret from app user where user login belong to this. Then I'll have payload dot this thing, and I can say fetch I think it is good now. We have set database URL dot fetch one optional. Nothing. I got nothing. What else can we get? Dot has ref fetch optional, right? Wait, we'll see if this works. It says set database URL. Okay, result. Okay. We got something. It says this, but got unit type. So let me just do okay result. But we have a error over here. It says set database URL. Tuple variant defined here. Expected string found. User detail. Expected string. Oh, one more thing. I need to pass like a reference over here. So, okay. This I need to remove as well. Uh, let's come here. It says set database URL. Payload.userlogin.fetch optional. What is the issue? What is the issue? Query is not working, but there is a function as well. So if I do this, I'm just checking it. Okay, user details, expected a value, found struct, expected a value, found struct. Yes. If query as is not working, it says set database URL. Let me just do this. It says set a database URL to use query macro online or run cargo sqlx prepare to update the query cache. Set database URL. I am just, I think this is good. Hmm. Maybe if I do this, I already have used query, right? To do this. Mm-hmm. Say dot bind. It says mismatched type expected a struct. Now what I can do, it will return something. Let me just check what it will return. It will return a query f type postgres and this thing. So basically it will return a row, right? So first of all, let me just check what the row will look like. Maybe I could use match row. What was the sound? Battery low. Just give me a minute. Yeah. So if I have this thing, I'll say match row. If there is some row, can I do this? And if there is none, for some row, I'll map it to the struct. If it's none, then I'll return okay, none. Right? So on the row, what I'll do, I will say let user equal to user details. I'll say ID. uh, what the heck, why I'm not getting an ID? I'll say row dot ID and sec. I'll have row dot sec, I can say. So let me just go on users detail. I have public ID. So PG row. We'll get a PG row. First of all, let's do one thing. Let's remove this. Instead of this, I'll say I32. Now, let's only return okay one, okay one from here. I need to check what I'm getting. I'll say println Right, so fetch one user, that is fine. I'll also get user detail there, right? So I need not to use a print statement there. Login, I'll pass this thing and let me just hit send. It says root not found. The user's login. Okay, buddy. Okay, pg row, pg row. Okay, row. What is this? Found enum of this, right? So instead of this, maybe I can use fetch one. Now this is good. I'll have this thing. Some. This is required by CRUD serialize is not satisfied. User details. Serialize is not, but user details I have defined that it's a serializable. Then what is the issue here? Is it already? Can I pass it like this only? No. What do you think, guys? Should we go on the terminal? IMPL API response unsatisfied trade on derive serialize. Okay. Let's go here. Maybe I should see how does this serialize. API, acha, API response PG row. Okay, so instead of PG row, I think I should use uh, mm, I'll say user details. Has incompatible. I cannot confirm from PG row to user detail. PG row to user detail. Okay, I'm getting PG row here. Maybe I get the hint now. So I'll say can't convert PG row to user struct in sqlx. So I think I need to use this one as well, from row. Correct, 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 correct. If I go inside user detail, I'll have to use this as well. sqlx from row. So I need to implement this as well. So if I remove this now, then I can expected user detail found p0. Maybe I could check again. Let's see this. So this is the thing, right? Derive. This is a struct from row. That is okay. Rename all camel case. That is fine. What is happening here? Which languages? Coding. Hello, free study code. This is Rust. How you doing, by the way? Hmm. Uh, Maybe I should, do an I32. I return one from here, and then I go. Let's see what we are getting. I mean, I'm not sure if we are even getting a row. Let's do this. Sorry. User details. Okay. Are we good? Yes. So let's now go here. So it says 404 user route not found. I have service. Maybe I should do this, and inside over here I can paste it. Correct. Now this makes sense. Inside user I'll have service. Now this route will be accessible. If I do this, it says everything okay. I get a PG row here, and I get ID, and I get a secret. This thing. So you see, it says everything okay, and I'm able to get the ID and the secret as well. So that is a good thing. But how do I get the values from here? Let's check any Twitter or LinkedIn. Maybe I've got any audience. Let me open it. I just, Nothing here. Let's see what we got here. Hmm. Twitter. Twitter. Ooh. What I see here. Oh my god, it's Twitter with double I. You see this? Twitter with double I. Oh god, it's Twitter. Okay. Hmm. So, now I have this thing, right? I have this. Now I need to get these details. Let's go and check if we can get anything. Uh, we don't have any get over here, right? We can't see get over here. Maybe I could add some trait if I add a row. If I add a row, can I get now? Yes, yes. After importing that trait, I can get this method get, and here I can get two things. So on the index I can see the 0th index I have this, and on the first index I see the other details like this. Where was it? This, right? 0th is id, sec is this, but I need a specific thing. So what I'll do, I'll do it what I was doing earlier. I'll say match a row. So I'll say some row. I have this, and for some like none, I'll return error. I don't have new. So for error I can, this error is of standard error, right? Okay, so in none I can use this. I can use okay, and I can pass in some. No, I need to return an error, right? So I'll see that later. But if we have some row, maybe I can use let user equal to user details. I have ID that I can get on row dot get no. So row dot get nothing. I only see row at here. So maybe I can do this. I can say let user details equals user details id row dot get id id, and secret I can get row dot get secret, and I can say okay user details. No, I'm getting an error because I need to update user details here as well. So guys, this is the way you fetch it, right? I have a row, I need to import a trait called sqlx row. Then I'll have these features available so that I can get the details out of the response that I get. Followed you next. Yes, I saw that, man. Thanks. Apple MB. Hello, hello, hello. क्या बना रहा है? HTTP server using Actix-Web in Rust. So I think I don't see any error over here, so everything is fine. Fine. I will see the user details here. Now, instead of everything okay and result 1, I should see everything okay and the result with ID and secret. So if I hit enter, you can see I'm getting the user details now. I have an ID and a secret. This is the hash. So that makes sense. So I have user details now. What I'll do, from the user details, I need to first of all validate the hash of the password. Okay, now how do we do that? I'll say let is valid. So now the user detail is fetched. All right, I need to validate the password now. So I'll create a function else that says validate hash, and I'll pass in the user details dot secret and payload dot secret, right, this thing. Now I need to copy this function validate hash. What are those first steps? You have to start making a project. Like why? What are those first steps? The first step is always learning. If you have if you want to like implement what you learn, then you need to create a project. So that will be the first step, and this is the why, of course. Now let's create this validate hash. How do we create that? I'll go on util. I'll create a function over here. Let me just make it up. So I'll say public function. Currently I'm only doing DSA. What else should I do? So if you are, so what is your language? C++? I mean, if you are learning DSA, then definitely if you are focusing on DSA, please focus it, like give it 100% and then shoot to the big companies like Google, Amazon and all. So but again, it totally depends what you want to do. Okay, C++. So are you a student? So I'll have a hash over here that is a string and a secret that is also a string. It will return a bool. uh, Gross let Java and DSA. Yes, Java and DSA, but if you are focusing on DSA, then you should do that. If you are if you can do alongside like JavaScript, that is a good as well. If you want to do Java alongside, that is good as well. Like I want to make projects that shatters the hiring managers as okay. uh yeah, then if you have any idea, then you can build around it. I mean, so what's your tech stack for that? Are you learning JavaScript or Python or something like that? or Rust or around you will build around C++ only. So you can do that, like shatter the hiring managers as by contributing to some good C++ projects. I like this thing. Shatters the hiring manager's ass. Good one. So, hash. So, this thing, bcrypt, it provide a function called verify. I think that's verify. Just give me a. Currently, I try to make shortest path visualizer using Python and Blender, but my laptop gave up. Okay. Hmm. So, I mean, if you are really good at it, then you should invest. I mean, we have to make decisions somewhere. So maybe you can invest on a good laptop, maybe. Let's do this thing. So let's go and search for crates.io. Search for bcrypt. Let's go down bcrypt hash valid. So it's C valid. So it has a function called verify. We pass and we create a hash and then we map the hash. All right. So the crate makes three things public: default cost, hash, and verify. Amazing, we have six. Like, guy, come on. I'm coding here in light, and at least you guys can give me some, motivation to do. I will be happy to see 10 likes, 4 likes, more. Any four of you can just hit like. Hmm. Let's do this thing. It says, first of all, I create a hash of the password, right? And then I use verify. So I already has this thing, right? So I need to pass the password and the hash already. So I have the hash. So I'll say, what does it return? Will it return verify bool? Bcrypt verify. It return a result of a bool and a bcrypt error, right? So maybe we should have a result of bool and bcrypt error. This way I only need to verify. I'll need to return this thing only, so it's a one liner now. I'll have a password as secret and I have the hash already. All right, so this one liner will validate our code. Kept thinking to buy a new laptop, but it's my final year. Somewhere I feel like I don't deserve it. I really didn't study in my starting years due to issues. Now I feel like it is too late for a new. No, uh please don't think that. That is the worst thing you can think. You have to build up your ego, so make your ego strong, right? You have to have strong ego that builds up confidence. So a stronger ego is directly proportional to a greater confidence. So build up your ego by see someone who is more, uh, not talented but stronger psychologically, mentally. So when you see some guys like that, or so, you create a figure out of it. I mean, if I should be sounding some silly, but if you read about uh, there was some guy who has written a lot of things about it. So again, don't go for what I'm saying. I'm just saying that don't think about that you don't deserve anything. It's okay. Everyone start late, but the good thing is you have to start. So just do it. Take a laptop, and then you have to be really good at focusing whatever you are doing. All right, so this will do. Verify. We passed a secret that our user entered, and we already have the hash that we pulled out of from DB. So we'll pass a reference of it, and this will validate. It will return a result. All right. So here I will have a result. So maybe I could either use a match to match. Maybe I should use it. If I do okay, valid, I'll return uh, valid. If it's a error, then I'll again return this thing. All right, let's put a match over here and import this thing. So we have is valid down the line. So now if it's a valid, right? So I'll say if is valid, uh, I'll generate a token. Else, if it's not valid, I'll return something like this. Instead, I'll say what is the state, and hopefully we'll get a new laptop this Diwali. Do you stream every day? I don't know. Watching the other codes make me wanna code. The motivation hit. Yes, I try to code every day. I mean, try to come live every day. Yeah, it's a good thing. If it's a good thing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I try to be live every day. You can come, you can join, and you know come on the chat to say hi every day. No issues. Oh, that is good, 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 good. Uh, yeah. Get a new, decent laptop, and then focus on it, on your work. All right, two more likes to go. So guys, what is the status code for unauthorized access? Is it 400? So instead of okay, I'll return unauthorized. Maybe I could put something over here. Unauthorized status code unauthorized. Maybe I could get a status code unauthorized. If I use this CATUS status code unauthorized. Yes. It's not everything okay, buddy. It says unauthorized. Unauthorized access, or maybe access denied, you can say. And here on the results, I'll pass, of course, none. So I need to modify this thing as well. All right. Mismatched. Amazing. What does that mean? Unauthorized 401 401 401 400 bad request 401 unauthorized. So it's a 401, right? So instead of completely going crazy about this thing, I'll simply write 401, and maybe from the top I'll have to remove the import. 403 403. I subbed you. You'll surely come every day and code side by side. Of course, of course, of course, Chechen. Of course, of course. I'll be happy to see you. Papon, hey Vipin, are you able to apply your Rust skill to your day job? Yes, yes, yes. I have two platforms that are under sandbox, that are in sandbox environment that use Rust backend, complete Rust backend. So instead of PostgreSQL, they use MySQL. So that is why, yeah. So the answer is yes. I have some uh, environments that are running Rust. Okay, 401. Someone says 403, but let's see if we can, status code unauthorized. So 403 is forbidden. That is good too. That is okay too because it's a forbidden. We can do the forbidden as well, no issues. But unauthorized would be much more. Forbidden is good too. So whatever it is, 401, 403, no problem. Okay, so if the thing is not valid, I'll pass unauthorized as an error. But if it's a valid thing, I'll generate a token now. So I'll say let token that I already have written the thing, right? So I'll say generate jot. I'll pass the user ID, and from where I'll get the user ID, I'll get user details.id, and again I'll have to match it, but I'll simply unwrap it for now, right? So I have token now. I will simply do http response okay json api response status code of 200 message user logged in, and results will be some token. Command mismatch type. Of course, I'll do some formatting. Okay, maybe I should, yeah, I should match it for errors, or maybe I should do this thing to propagate errors. This would be good. It's not a graceful thing to do, but okay. Now, what is the error here? Oh, I cannot use this operator until it returns a result. But this thing is returning. Hello, Annie. But this thing is returning a responder, so I cannot use this thing over here. So unfortunately, I have to do this for now. Let me just test it. Then I will. Okay, payload move occurs. So I'll have to pass this. Uh, uh, I'll have to. I'll have to do this. So it's a secret. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Can't move. All right. Are we happy now? Are we good? Yes, sir. We're good. Okay. Now let's see if I can see how will you check the efficiency of this and get authentic result with comparison. I mean, how will you check this? How will you check the efficiency of this and get the authentic results with comparison? Comparison with whom? Any different, like a Node.js server? Are you saying? I mean, we are not creating any tool that we rely like we need to, show some benchmarks. Uh, I used Postman. I don't know what you're saying. How will you check the efficiency of this and get authentic results with comparison? Are you telling about the verify method that I used from bcrypt? I'm using everything default, like the default. What was it? Default salt or something like that. So that is, I think that would be configurable too, if you check into the documents of uh, bcrypt. So now let's see this. I should see a token value here. Now that token, if received on client side, I can use it and save it on HTTP only cookie so that I can pass it on every request from now on after logged in. So let's send, and I get 200 user logged in, and I can see my token over here. Let's verify this thing. If I copy this and go over here and see, go to jot.io. Let me just post this thing. So I can see a valid jot. A signature is invalid, of course, because we are using a different integrated signature over here because our password will be different. So the signature will always come invalid. But it's a valid jot. So you can see my detail over here. So my subject that is user ID, that is 7, right? And the expiration time, the audience, the issue date time as 64 value. So this logged in endpoint is also implemented. I will save this. For now I will copy this, and from every request now on I will simply go on to the headers and I'll add another key value pair that is called authorization, and I will say something like this: bearer. Within a space I will paste this token. I'll pass it on every request now. Now this token will be validated before each request because I already use middleware that I need to implement though. The details like how to fetch the header and all. Now as I'm a researcher for proof result while writing my research paper, I was asking how efficient the proposed methodology is as compared to another existing ones. So you need you create a their replica and then do the benchmarking. I mean that's what I understand. So let's say there is a server. I'll create a server in Rust. Then I'll create the benchmarks. Maybe how much I need to, how much vulnerable my server is before or after, and then there could be benchmarks as well for let's say how it handles the traffic, how it handles the request per minute per second or something like that. Okay, so yeah, so guys, this is it. The login endpoint is implemented, and we have got 10 likes. Awesome. Super awesome. So, yep. So the login part is implemented. Let me push this on GitHub. So it's pushed on GitHub. So you guys can check that out. And yeah. So next, what we'll do, if I go on the main, I already have this authentication request middleware, right? So if I go inside it, I'll have to implement these things. I'll fetch the headers from the request. I will get the auth token. I will remove the bearer parted. I will validate the jot. If I validate the jot, I will get the user ID, right? So maybe I could attach some user ID to the request that I hard coded over here for now, just to show how to attach data to a request. So instead of this hard coding value, we will get this thing by jot, because on the subject of a jot token we have our user ID. So we'll do that later. So that is it for now. It's time to hit the bed. Yes, if you want, git, let me just post it. So I'll see you next time, guys. Thank you very much. uh, the code is on GitHub, you can check that out. And thank you for being here. Thank you for bearing me for about an hour. And you guys are awesome. Are you a security engineer? No. And I'll see you later. Sagar, welcome on the chat. Everyone, thank you very much. Thank you very much for being on chat and talking with me. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you. I'll see you next time, guys. And I really appreciate your honesty on the polls. I really appreciate. I seriously do. I'll see you next time, guys. Bye bye.